Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that have subscribed so far. Thank you for viewing as well. I hope you are learning something. Thank you so much. So today I'll be teaching us how to make a wrap dress. I'll post the picture before the video so you will see what it looks like before you get to watch the video. So the measurements I'll be needing are the bust measurement, the hip, the waist, because I don't need the hip because it's a flare wrap dress. So I only need the bust, the waist, and the shoulder, the gown length, and sleeve length, and the sleeve round, the round sleeve. So this particular design now, I'm going to be putting a kind of flounce at the tip of the flare. So I'll be cutting it together with the length instead of having to cut it later on. I'll just cut it together with the length now. So to cut the flare now, I'm cutting the flare first. So our length is 42. So 42 minus 15, which is our half length. I have 27. So because of the flounce that I want to put, I will not bother to put I'll not bother to add any extra allowance. Instead, I'll even remove the length and do 26 instead of 27 because the flounce will be like 3 inches. So I hope you understand what I'm saying, but you'll see as we move on. So I'll be folding the fabric into 2. So we'll be folding the fabric into 2 like this, folding it into 2 like this, then into 2 again, making it 4 folds. Into 2 again, making it 4 folds. So we have 4 folds there, in a triangular shape. 4 folds in a triangular shape. So like I said earlier, we'll be needing 26 for our length, and we'll also be cutting out 3 inches each for the flounce I want to do at the tip of the flare. So I will be cutting the 3 inches maybe like 2 times. By the way, our waist measurements, I won't be using exactly a waist measurement. I'll be using let's say our waist is 38, so I'll probably just use 44 or 46 for the waist, so that I'll have something to to wrap it around. So I'll be using 48 now. So I'll just chalk from here before I chalk it round. So this is the length I'll be using, which is 26. So I'm going to like trace round this chalk now so that I can have that curve shape. I'm sure we all already know how to, well, maybe not all of us, but if you are already a beginner, I'm sure this will not be a strange thing to you. So I've gotten the round curve, so I'm going to also measure round the length that I got out here. So I'll measure it round, chalk it round. Okay, so I've chalked it round now. So I'll also chalk round what I need here. So I have 9 here, so I'll do 3 3. I'll do 3 3 3 3. So I'm going to cut that out too. So this small ones are the ones I'm going to use to do the flounce, you know, at the tip of the flare. So instead of having to cut it one after the other later on, I'm just cutting it out along with the flare. I'll do the same procedure, you know, from hope you are following me. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So the last one. Okay, so I'll be cutting it out now. This is my length for the gown. Then these ones are the flounce that I want to use to, you know, like a gather on the flare. You'll see it when I'm done. You see what it looks like when I'm done. Let me pause the video while I'm cutting to save us. Okay, so I'm done cutting. These are the ones I'll be using like to gather, you know, I'll be gathering these ones on the flare round to the waist area. And also I want to give you the kind of curve shape at the, you know, at the bottom like this to the top. You can see, you know, I'm giving it that curve shape. So I'm going to cut out that curve shape now. Okay, so this is, I'll be joining all three together. Then I'll just gather it on, you know, the tip like this round, you know. So that's pretty much it with the flare. Okay, so we are going to cut the upper part now. We'll start with the back. The back will just be plain since it's double-breasted in front. So I'm folding because this material is 3 yards, and since we've removed the flare, I'm just going to fold this part now, you know, to cut the back. So like I said, the half length I'm working with is 15 inches. So 15 inches plus 1 inch allowance, or 1.5, that will give us 16.5. So from 16.5, this is, I've gotten my 16.5 now, which is our length, our half length. So our measurement, our shoulder is 14.5. So 14.5 plus the allowance, half inch allowance, I've chopped it. Our bust point, 9 inches. Okay, that's from the bust point. I'm going to measure our bust. Then our under bust is 13.5. So this is the under bust. So from the bust point now, I'm going to measure our bust. Our bust is 43. Now in this case, because you know, wrap dresses usually, like double-breasted, usually like reveal the boobs because of the cut. But if you don't want it to reveal, like I said in the previous one I did, you add a few inches more so that when the person wears it, it's not so tight. You know, it's not like zip, that zip can be tight, you know, you'll still be able to zip it. This is double breasted. Your boobs will not allow it to stay. It will be revealing your boobs, so you add a few inches. So in this case now, our bust is 43 and I'm going to do 46. So plus sewing allowance 1 inch, that is, you know, 46 divided by 2, 46 divided by 4 gave me 11.5. So plus the sewing allowance, that's why I have 12.5. So I've chalked my 12.5. So meanwhile, I'm going to connect this shoulder measurement 17.75. I'm going to connect it, you know, to the bust point like this. Then from here, I just cover my, you know, my armhole. Don't forget, like I always say, I'm a freehand tailor, so I just measure. I don't have to start chalking, you know, doing all those kind of patterns. So now I'll be measuring the waist. Our under bust is 37. I'll just do 38 so that we avoid, you know, it being too tight. So I'll do 38. Are you okay? 38 plus 1 inch sewing allowance, then plus that allowance, I'll chalk it. Now our waist is 38. Our waist is 38, but I'll also add a few inches. I'll add extra inch. Sorry for the distraction. So I'll be adding the sewing allowance and the that allowance. So that will give me 12. I'll chalk it out, you know, connect to the bust. Now I'll come to the neck area and measure our neck. I'll measure our neckline. The width, I'm going to use 4 inches for the width, then 1.5 for the depth, or let me use 2 inches for the depth, because she has she's chubby. So I don't know if you followed and understand what I've cut so far, what I've chalked. I'm going to cut it out now. By the way, I'm going to also slant. I'm going to slant the shoulder. Don't forget, you know, I'm going to slant it like this, normal slope. Then cut it out. So I've cut out the back now. So I'm going to fold the fabric to cut the front, the double-breasted. Okay, so to cut the double-breasted now, I folded the fabric, you know, I folded it like this and just placed the back on it. You know, there's no need to measure. All you need to do is to just trace out. Trace it out like this, so you can see this is the end of our shoulder, and this is the, you know, the center for the double-breasted, the center for the front. I'll just notch it, then I can just remove this and just trace, you know, trace this like this to the end. This is our shoulder close to the neck, so we'll just trace. So I'm opening here up like this. Okay, so what I usually do when cutting my double-breasted, I give it a kind of curve shape here, so that the bust area in front can be firm, you know. So I just give you this curve to the end like this, you know, so that when it overlaps, you know, you can see now, you can see the curve, so that when it overlaps like this, you know, when it overlaps like this, you know, this place will be firm. But if you don't give it that cut, sometimes you see that this place will be too, you know, the neckline will just be loose. So that's pretty much it with the double-breasted. Okay, so I folded the leftover for the sleeve. I'll be putting a little bit of, you know, it's like a puff, you know, a puffed sleeve, you know. So I'll be putting gathers. I'm just using the leftover so that this gets whatever I can cut. Sleeve, so just use left. So by the time I pull is, you know, I'm going to notch the center here and also notch this, because I'm going to be gathering here like this too, and puff here. You see it when I'm done. I'm going to be using the same fabric to take the tip of the sleeve. So that's all for the cutting. Remaining the belt, so I'll just use this leftover to cut the belt. So I'll show you the process as I'll be doing it. Okay, so I'm done. This is the belt, two of the belts. Then this is what I'll be using to gather, you know, I'll gather on the flare, double-breasted and the back. I'm going to start with shoulder. I'll start by joining the shoulder, then piping the neckline, join the sides, join the sleeves, you know. So I'll show you the process. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done, or if I can even show you the process, I'll do that. Okay, so here is the finished work. This is what it looks like. You know, I joined the shoulder, joined the sleeve, then, you know, did the flaunce. Then I also left a small opening around here for the belt to pass through. So I'm done. Thank you.
This is lovely, beautiful. I like it. Thank you.